So please, once in a while we're having our session, before we start, please call me a sweet angel, maybe once or twice, so that it will do my heart a lot of good. So myth number one, it says you cannot exercise during pregnancy. To someone, and that's the first myth. So PharmSavi, is this correct or incorrect? Are you supposed to exercise during pregnancy?
Well, for me, exercise during pregnancy is actually very important. Though not the one that you go and carry 1 million kg.
So yes, you're right. Low impact exercise is acceptable. Walking, swimming, dancing. Because most times in antenatal clinics, you see the women having a good time dancing and they're exercising that way. So low impact exercise is very important. And there is advice that, like PharmSavi said, stay away from heavy impact exercises. We don't need you jumping, we don't need you boxing, we definitely do not need you trying out some combat sports and things like that. So stay away from high impact sports, but you can do low impact things. It's very beneficial to you. I even read that yoga is good too. Even pelvic floor exercises, they are good. The second myth, I'll be throwing this one to you. This is very common, especially in Nigeria. They say when you're pregnant, you are allowed to eat for two. How true is this? Is this a myth, or is this a fact or a myth? Should you eat for two when you're pregnant?
In as much as I know that for maybe because it's a pregnant woman and they feel like, oh, they are two in one, maybe that's why they should eat for two. But I feel like, I think the focus should be on the nutritional value of the food. It's not just you eating food, because if you can just be eating, it's
empty
that's
calories.
like quantity. And you understand, not like the quantity instead of the quality. So it should be more focused on the quality and it's not the quantity, because there is a way you could probably eat and it could even affect the size of the baby. You understand? Because that's where the whole idea of Pregnatab comes in, because with Pregnatab, you get the right amount of nutrients, vitamins that you and your baby need to stay healthy, to have a healthy pregnancy, to prevent complications, to prevent maternal death and the rest. Like I said before, we should focus on the quality of the food, the nutritional value of the food. Not exactly, and not just, I just want to eat.
Good thing about Pregnatab is all the nutritional value, the multivitamins you need, they are just in one tablet. Just one tablet. So if taking that one tablet, you're getting the things you need, everything you need, that is for the benefit of you and your baby. So you don't need to start downing 5 wraps of fufu with 1 pot of soup, just getting your nutritional values. And it doesn't mean you don't eat your natural foods, but in addition to that. So please, pregnant women out there, pregnancy is not an excuse to eat for two, so the baby doesn't grow too big and you don't have to go through a C-section. There's nothing wrong with it, but if that's your choice, but so that the baby doesn't grow too big, or even the women can even be in danger of having gestational diabetes, or even preeclampsia, which is pregnancy-induced high blood pressure. So you need to avoid that during by not eating too much. Morning sickness only happens in the morning. Is it only in the morning that we have morning sickness? Just because the name is morning sickness. So is it only in the morning we have morning sickness?
I don't even know who attached the whole morning sickness to the nausea. I think, okay, probably because it always happens in the morning. It's understandable. But one thing we should understand is it differs with individual. You understand? Not every pregnant woman have morning sickness. Number one. Number two, morning sickness does not mean it must always happen in the morning. Do you understand? So it's a very big myth, because I feel like, okay, because it happens more in the morning, it comes to morning sickness. So there are some people that even their own happens in the afternoon or maybe later in the evening.
All through the day, yeah.
Exactly, why some happen all through the day. So it's more like it's more like a symptom or one of the signs or what comes with the whole pregnancy and all. Another thing that shows like B6, sorry, is it B6 or B12? Yeah, B6.
Yes, B6, yes, vitamin B6.
Has been shown to help with morning sickness. That's nausea and vomiting.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see that even in some severe cases where a lady will tell you, oh, I can't control my own, it's too much. Yeah. You see where they are even prescribed to take, the B6 to help them. And
PharmSavi, do you know that Pregnatab actually has vitamin B6 in it?
With all this being said, instead of you going through the hassle of trying to manage, morning sickness like you guys call it, Pregnatab contains B6. So what are we saying? What are we saying? So just imagine you get pregnant today and you are on Pregnatab. You already have the B6, which will help with the whole note. That's why that some women will just tell you that. Do you know that all through my pregnancy I didn't even have morning sickness? She might not even know that it's got to be Pregnatab or the pregnancy supplement that she's taking that is even helping her with it. So you understand? So at the end of the day, you can see that the benefits of Pregnatab cannot be overemphasized. Do you get?
Like PharmSavi said, please, if you notice that you're vomiting so excessively, you can't even keep food or water down, please go to the clinic. If you even find that your urine is getting darker, because that's a sign that you're actually you are dehydrated, you're losing electrolytes, you're getting dehydrated, please go see your physician. Okay, it's very important that you're communicating with your healthcare practitioner. You can't travel while pregnant. And for me, I would say this, that generally, it is safe to travel while you're pregnant, but you should start taking care from 1 month to pregnancy. Because I looked it up and it's saying that even some airlines, you have to be careful if you're traveling, that your airline would even permit you to travel at a certain stage. But except your doctor says otherwise, the first 7 months of pregnancy, I think you can actually travel. It says up to 36 weeks. So it says up to 36 weeks you can actually travel. But please speak to your doctor, because like PharmSavi is always saying, and every person would say if they come online to talk, it's very important to take the advice of your doctor. This is not one cap fits all. It's different cases for different women. So it's generally safe to travel. So don't say because you're pregnant now, 2 months pregnant, 3 months pregnant, you don't want to travel anywhere. I heard this thing where they say if a pregnant woman stands across her husband while she's pregnant, so that the man will experience your face is making me laugh. The man will experience labor pains.
Are you serious?
Is it true that if a pregnant woman stands across her husband while she's pregnant, that the man will experience labor pains? As a man, have you heard about this? And as a pharmacist, have you heard about this myth?
So please, some of this your myth now. I don't know if it's from your village. It's becoming traditional.
It's from Akwa Ibom.
I've actually not heard of that one before, except maybe in your village it happens, because I know there are some traditions that really happens, but probably have to be like a part of the community or an origin or something. So I don't know about this one. So that means does it mean that when the wife is in labor, the man will also be in labor? That's what you're saying?
No, it's just a myth, because I think sometimes there's something called sympathy pains that a man can have when his wife is pregnant. So that's completely different. Maybe it's more of a psychological thing. You're seeing someone and you love so much, going through some things. So before you know it, you can actually mimic their symptoms. So it doesn't have anything to do with you standing across your husband and making him have labor pains. If not, some men will refuse baby number 2, 3. It says that you can determine the baby's gender based on how you're carrying. Some women will say if you're carrying, if you think pregnancy is low, it means it's a boy. Then if it's high or in the middle, it means it's a girl. So I'm sorry. Generally, the shape or position of your pregnancy is determined by how maybe the baby's positioning. It doesn't have anything to do with how you're carrying. If the baby is lying this way, it can make it look bigger. So gender is already assigned because of the chromosomes, the X X and Y chromosomes. The women, I think X and X, for the men, X and Y. So that is predetermined even before birth. So as soon as before the conception happens, as soon as conception is happening, it has already happened, whether it's male or female. So the only way you know if it's the gender of the baby is when you do the scan. That's when you know the gender of the baby. So if you're carrying high and you go and start buying male clothes because you believe it's because you believe it's the guy you're having, I'm sorry for you. It says you shouldn't eat seafood while pregnant. Is this a myth or a fact? Is it true?
You know what seafood? Seafood.
Yeah.
Seafood contains, like, I think the bulk of the whole essential vitamins and minerals is even inside seafood. Let me not cap. Foods like salmon, sardines,
especially omega-3.
Some good seafood and seafood like that. Even contains omega-3, the fatty acid, which is good for the development of the unborn baby's brain, in fact,
brain and eyes,
everything you can think of. So why would that even be a myth? Because I really don't get it.
Sometimes some myths have an origin, and the myth actually start from somewhere, and they now go with take it to another level. So for me, I think it's because of pollution, sea pollution, mercury in some of these fishes. You can find mercury in some fishes like sharks, what other fish again? I think tuna. There are some fishes that are high in mercury levels, and it's not okay to ingest a lot of it while pregnant. But it doesn't mean that you do not eat seafoods or even get it via supplements.
Okay, from what you just said now, I think from people are looking at it from that point, it makes more sense. Do you understand? Ingesting seafoods that are high in mercury, which is not good. Okay, I can say that makes sense. You understand? That means you have to be careful with whatever kind of food or seafood you are taking in, which makes a lot of sense.
And I think that in our part of the world, I've never seen shark to eat, because most predatory fishes, they are high. They say they contain higher levels of mercury because most of them also ingest fish, so maybe that's where their own levels are higher. But generally, eat your seafood, just cook it well, clean it well. And then the thing about omega-3 is we have 3 types. We have the plant-based omega-3, and we have the one from the sea, either the plants or animals in the sea. So the ones you can find from fishes, you get the EPA and DHA, and they are very important. But there are some things out there that contain this DHA for growing children. So even while a woman is pregnant, the baby's brain and eye is developing, and it requires the DHA and EPA. It actually helps to boost the brain and eye development. And then while I was doing the research, I actually saw that, and I think the viewers too can even do more research on this. I saw that it actually helps reduce this autism spectrum. It reduces the DHA because it actually helps with brain and eye development. So it's very good. Please do not miss out on the DHA and EPA, and you can find this in. So please just don't miss out on that.
Sorry, I just saw something. This safety pin pregnant women put on because I do notice that thing, and I remember asking my mom, what does this thing really do? So I don't know, Jess, can you have anything you want to say about that? Because I just saw it on the.
Please let me throw it to the viewers. So if anybody knows the reason why they are tying this pin, please feel free to be a co-host and respond. We'll read your comments here. If you understand why pregnant women are tying, putting the pin there, please.
Part of the pregnancy. Some people say it's to chase evil spirits, especially when you're going to the market. You just put it there, so no evil are like
I've seen a safety pin. Even there's this other one. They say when a baby has hiccups, that you put a thread, on the baby's hip.
No, I've actually seen that one work. So that one, I tend to believe them because
PharmSavi. I'm not seeing it. So thank you so much, PharmSavi. Thank you, everyone. Do have an amazing weekend. Thank you.
All right, thank you.